like to understand, is this, and I see similar stuff over here, that Krish was able to spend good amount of time during the week, but as soon as the weekend kicked in, those hours that I want to see, those 4 to 6 hours that I want to see on both Saturday and Sunday, that doesn't happen. People partying over weekend. Okay, we need to talk about that. Weekends for working professionals are supposed to be gold mine of time. Okay, you need to make sure that you can spend the effort over the weekends, right? So if you're spending time partying on the weekend, which is why your sleep cycle goes for a toss, change those habits. Partying can pause. You can resume your partying when you get into your MBA school, okay, of your dream choice, right? Again, I'm not saying don't party at all, but be cognizant of that. Okay, that's very important. Okay. And I'll give you an example. I'm during the week, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, right? I have so I do my workout, I'm done, and I'm at work at 7:30 a.m., right? Now, over the weekend, I do I do like to have, at least one night wherein I can just be by myself and I can do things that I enjoy, and I love singing. And that's okay for me, because I then decide that if I'm spending Friday night just, relaxing and singing, and I can go on till 1 a.m. In the next morning, I will wake up late. And that's okay for me. So, but I plan for that. But then Sunday morning, I again wake up at 4:30 a.m. because I know I don't want to change my body clock a whole lot, such that it becomes difficult for me to revert back to the regular schedule during the week. So don't give your body those kinds of shocks. Okay, that's something which I will definitely suggest. Okay. So Devajyoti says, I get caught up with household chores, which takes up most of the time. Okay. Number two, if you're spending your time doing household chores, cooking, cleaning, getting ready for the next week, all those things that need to be done, outsource those. Okay, that's very important. Nobody else can do the learning for you. Nobody else can build GMAT skills in your brain. Okay, you are the butt. Other folks can cook for you. Other folks can clean for you. Okay, so do that. Nupur, sometimes exhausted by work during the week, then it gets difficult to focus on weekend. That's very interesting, Nupur. And I think there are certain measures that you can take. For example, figure out what rejuvenates you. This is all about getting ready for that next sprint that you have to do over that weekend. Okay, it's about that. I become lazy at home. I usually study at office and they are more productive than at home. I stay at home in the weekends, but I keep lazing and procrastinating. I have experienced this a number of times for me. Not because I don't want to, because I want to lax. It's just that I have to balance my during the week. I know I love working, right? So during the week, I know that I have to I have this time set from 7:30 till 6:30 that I have to be at work. I have to be dedicated to what my mission is. As soon as the weekend comes in, now I have to see, okay, that expectation is gone. And now I have to kind of structure, I have to kind of balance the expectations between my want to be at work versus my want to spend time with my family or to do things that are required for me to do, right? Which is why I always have a very clear expectation of when I'm going to do what and during the weekend, and I make sure that I communicate that to the folks who are connected with me during the weekend, and that includes my husband, that includes my kids, that includes my parents, and so on and so forth. That includes my friends. Right, so it's very important to bring that structure, and you are the only one who can bring that structure to your weekends. Okay. One thing that happens with all of us is what the week gives us is a structure. You have to get to work, right? To get to work, you have to leave at a certain time. There is that structured timetable that has been set for us during the week, thanks to our office routine that we have, right? And because that structure already exists, we automatically go in that autopilot to execute, to run on that structure. Now, all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, as soon as the weekend kicks in, that structure is gone, right? Which means it's that much more important for you to bring that structure over the weekend, for the weekend. So that is where you bring in the structure. Does that make sense? And when I say plan for the weekend, I'm not saying that do not have fun at all. You need to have fun. You need to put in those relaxation hours. You need to put in those go party, but don't party till 2 a.m. such that you're not able to wake up in the morning, right? So those are things, but set aside time for yourself so that you know this is the time that you will study. This is the time that you're going to spend with your family. This is the time that you're going to spend for yourself. Okay. So think about that.